You might find your computer boring looking, or you may have never even customized it at all. And if that's the case, it's probably sitting under your desk collecting dust, and performance can suffer as a result of that. Well, customizing your system, adding RGB throughout the computer, and I'm talking custom plates like this, or like on the GPU backplate like this, or on the RAM like this, or on the fans throughout the case, is a good way to make you guys like your computer even more, want to show it off. Performance won't suffer as a result. Put it up on your desk and you're going to be not getting dust in there, so that's definitely a positive. And today we're going to be showing you guys how to do all of that. So if you find this video helpful or insightful or entertaining at all, feel free to hit that subscribe button and well, let's get to it.
I'ma make you pump like.
So real quick, let's just get into the technicals. One of the things that I find most unique about this build that we got for you is that I'm going to be using an HP Z420 motherboard. Now, I really like doing the Z400 builds, which you'll see some linked in the description below, so make sure to check there. This is the next gen up, and this is such an awesome platform. I found a way to get these to boot without having to press F1, which is a big problem that you run into with OEM boards like this. And I'm going to be throwing a Xeon E5 2667 V2 Ivy Bridge into that. Long story short, 8 cores, 16 threads, 3.6 gigahertz base clock with a 4 gigahertz turbo. That's awesome for a locked component from 2012. And that's going to perform about on par with first gen Ryzen 7 1700. And that's pretty great. As far as like the viability of this, that processor cost me $180. The motherboard was about $60-ish. Motherboard kind of cheap, processor not so cheap. So it isn't all that viable of a build to be repeated, but it's definitely something I wanted to show you guys. And it's gonna be a basis for all sorts of RGB that I wanted to feature throughout this because, you know, let's face it, you guys wanna see the RGB. So let's go over all the RGB parts. Firstly, we're going to be starting with the RAM, and it's 32 gigs of RAM. And if you guys have basic looking non-RGB RAM, well, we have a video for you as well that'll be linked in the description as well as up above. RaidMax makes RGB heat spreaders that you just slap onto your RAM sticks and you're good to go. And definitely check that out. We also have RGB fans, Easy DIY, Easy DIY makes a really awesome 5-pack of fans. It's 5-pack, it comes with a hub that's PWM on all fans and also addressable RGB. Good old ARGB, that's the 5-volt connector. That's these fans right here. So a 5-pack of these fans with a hub, and it's just standard PWM and 3-pin 5-volt ARGB. That's $45.99 for this entire kit. That's such an awesome deal. Chica, stop snoring. There's these plates that you see here. It's really sweet custom stuff. We'll get to that in just a second. So one thing when it comes to blinging out your case with all sorts of RGB and sleeved wire extensions and all sorts of stuff to really dress it up is you pay for it in wire management. This mess, for the most part, is because of everything I just mentioned. And so make sure your wire management tasks or your skills on that are on point, and then you should be all right. For the most part, as long as you got some space back here, you can be a little freer with it. But we're trying our best here. So one of the things that I really dig about this setup is something that I haven't done before, and that's work with V1 Tech. So V1 Tech does GPU backplates as well as a few other things, actually a lot of other things, but what they're known for are custom GPU backplates, full artwork, LED lit, all that stuff, and you see that on this one, on the 980 Ti that I have in there. And also, I got a custom other backplate that I ended up doing, and that's the one that you see vertical in that, I guess they call it the side fan position. And the combination there, I don't think anybody's ever really done something like that, and I think it looked great in this case. So props to V1 Tech for making this artwork come out so good. The artwork, by the way, was by a friend of the channel, fellow coalition member, HomeBrewedHero. So make sure you check his channel out as well. It'll be linked in the description below. And that dude is good with his artwork as well. So HomeBrewedHero with V1 Tech working together on this to get a really good acrylic package for all that. Just awesome. There'll be a link in the description down below to V1 Tech's website as well. If you use our link, it'll help us out as well. It's an associate code, all that stuff. You guys know how that works. But help us out, get some stuff, support them. They're awesome. And so now for the rest of the stuff, the easy DIY fan kit worked out great. The Thermaltake Flow Ring 360, whatever it's called, that worked out great. The case, I can't forget to mention the case. This is the Enermax Saber Ray, and it's got RGB trim lighting, as you guys can see. And having an exterior lit case, as well as an interior lit case, overall completes the package, don't you guys think? Moreover, let's talk about them RGB heatsinks. I've always wanted to do RGB heatsinks. This is the first computer I've ever done that in. And these ones are the RGB heatsinks from RaidMax, and they worked out great just as well. As far as the 8-core CPU in here, this is awesome Xeon and the 980 Ti and the HP motherboard and all that. You guys saw the benchmarks. This is a good performer through and through. Whether it be workstation use, editing, the 32 gigs of RAM is really going to help, especially if you're going to be doing 4K editing, video production, gaming, streaming. It can do it all. So this is a beast. The RG Beast 2.0. So if you wanted to bling out your case, ultimately you don't have to go this intense. Some of the less wallet intensive products here are the easy DIY fans. That whole kit was like $45. We added some LED strips, that was like $15. And ultimately with those two things, you can get a well-lit case. And if you're not a fan of this rainbow thing that's going on, you don't need to worry about that either. The awesome thing about RGB is that you can pick your colors. You can do all sorts of colors here. That's on the outside. The inside, I'm changing them into that. Let's see if I can get a solid one. Was that red? I got that in red. No, it's in blue. Yeah, so pick your color, whatever you like. I have these routed to button control, but you can also set them up for motherboard control if you wanted to do that. So you got a lot of flexibility. It doesn't cost a lot to get there, and it's pretty awesome. So if you guys enjoyed this video, found it entertaining, informative, or anything like that, make sure you click that subscribe button. We always got more coming. Click that like button if you liked it. Tune in to our streams every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific. We got a lot more going on there. So if you like a lot of our content about streaming, we can talk more there as well. And make sure you follow us on all our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All that will be linked down below. Make sure you check out one of our related videos. They'll be right over there, I think. And yeah, so we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.